All right. Next on the bench is this Brother. It's a VX757. It has definitely been stored someplace dusty. And the bobbin case is just completely loose in here. This was donated to me to fix and give away. Let's see now. Check this. Bobbin tension feels okay, but since we're in here, definitely was well oiled before they set it down. Which is good. A lot of machines get put away unoiled, and then they get stuck. Since we just had that hook issue, same deal. I'm pushing my finger up across the hook and I can feel it pulling, so just take our little file and file that hook so that when you run your finger up it, away, you don't feel any tiny burrs that are going to catch thread. So let's see now. Oh, that plate just pops in there. Interesting. And this machine has not been cleaned. Look at that big wad of felt. So definitely got well used. Okay. Well, since we've wiped all that off, I'll pop the bobbin, the hook and the race back together, and we'll pop the plate back on. Feeling the hole for the needle. It doesn't feel rough, so you just have to wipe the body of this machine down real thoroughly, but it seems to be cleaning up pretty well. Oh, that lamp is dead. I was going to try that lamp, but I don't know if you can see the filament is laying in the top of it there. When you've got a big appliance lamp like this, if you just hold them upside down, any loose filament, if they're broken, will just go right to the bottom there, and you'll be able to see it pretty easily in the glass, and then you'll know that it's no good. This needle is the wrong way around, so that's I pulled this out and the flat was facing forward. When you put a needle in your machine, there's a groove that's the width adjustment. There's the slot cut, and that slot has a flat on the back of it, so that your needle goes flat to the back. And that puts the groove on the front of the needle and the scarf, which is the little dip that the hook goes into in order to pick up the lower thread on the back so that the hook can go behind the needle where it belongs. Now, this needle was in backwards, so I am going to assume that this has been bent or jammed in some way. I can also see from looking at it that this needle is crooked, so we're going to just grab a replacement needle, and then, since the needle is out of it, we'll just push on the pedal a little bit. Look at that. Listen to that go. Sounds pretty good. All right. Walked out to the garage and took the sewing stuff out to the garage. So I'm gonna have to go find a needle because my box of sewing stuff quickie kit is out in the garage by that white 277 because I was working on that before this machine turned up. Okay, so new needle that's nice and straight, and we're going to install it the right way around so that the flat is to the back, and we saw that this machine works. What is this? Oh, that's the presser foot pressure. Okay. I had this open because that dead bulb, and I saw this lever here, and it's got a 1 and a 2, and that you push it down and it gets more pressure for the presser foot because there's no adjuster up top here. Okay. Well, we will live dangerously and just test this quick with the bobbin thread, or the thread that was on the top of this when I was given it. Now this machine threads backwards. See, it comes through a hook on the back and then it goes through this side, and the spring is down here, and then the take-up arm is on the to the right of the tensioner instead of the left. And then there's a guide here and a guide there. And I have scissors. I can trim that to make it straight so it'll just pop right through that needle, lickety-split. There we go. Picked up the very long bobbin thread. We'll just trim those off there. Okay. Grab some cabbage, which, you know, if you do any amount of sewing, you suddenly are surrounded and buried in cabbage because it's all these bits of fabric that you don't think are worth throwing out. But since this machine moves, and we cleaned it out down below, now 0 is narrow. Ah, that is our stitch length dial up here. Okay. Let's see, pink is the top. It is a bit this dial is set very loose. The thread's a little loose on top. that makes sense. Let's try that again. Reverse is working, so that's good. There. If the tensioner is adjusted properly, then it's got decent tension up top. Alright, well, this machine seems to be quick and easy to get back in order. So I'm going to pull the thread out of the top and pull the bobbin case out of the bottom. And we'll put brushing up through here, and then there are two screws here on top of the machine. I'm going to take those screws out so that I can access the top of the machine to get it oiled, and this top cover is plastic, so I'll be able to just scrub that in the sink. There we go. There. Oh, and this bobbin winder tire is very cracked. We'll get a new one of those stuck on there. But that is a very clever cheapening of this part. So it's a plastic cover, but they need to have a good brace between the two screw down holes, and they use that to hold this bobbin winder. So anyhow, yeah, this cover is very dusty, so we'll give that a scrub, and I'm gonna get a cloth and wipe this machine off. But and then there's the cam stack in this machine. Looks like it's got plenty of lube on that, but I will put oil in all of the oil holes that you can find here on from the top of the machine, because there's this lever, that cam. I'll put a dab of oil on there. In fact, I can hold this, and because I've got my nice oil dabber. So oil goes in there, and I'll put it around the sides here, and then a dab on this cam here, and then a dab there, and there, and there, and then the oil on the needle bar, and there's a hole right here that's got a lot of lint on it. This machine was definitely well used before I got it. So there, that is every moving part I can find with a dab of oil on it. And since this cam stack is already very well greased and still has grease on it, we can put a little oil on it, but It really just relies on the grease. All right, I'm gonna go get this lid washed and wipe the machine off, and then we'll test all the stitches.